Hello guys, welcome back to Angular 6 Splice tutorial. This is Felix. As I told you in the last video, I'm going to show you how you can create a component and reuse it, and how you can bind data from your component to your view. So now let's open our Visual Studio Code. Then now we are going to create a header component. So now here, right click here, create a new folder called header. Then inside your header, create a new file, say header.component.ts. Press enter. Here we need to import one thing. Here we need to import component from Angular core. You say import component from Angular core, right? Now here we need to define a decorator or annotation that Angular, this class is a component class. Let's say component. Then inside it we need to define a few metadata here. Let's say selector, say template, let's say style. Now I will explain each and every metadata defined here, so please don't worry. You say export class, you say header component, right? Now here import the header component. Here you say import from header component, then copy and add it to this declarations array, so that your component, this component, becomes available to this module, right? You see, you paste it here. Now this template is where we define our view, that is our HTML view. You see div class header. Let's save it. Then inside it, let's say my app header, right? Okay, so now this selector is a CSS class that tells Angular to create and insert an instance of this component wherever it finds this selector. So here, let's say app header. Okay, I will show you how this works, so please don't worry. Okay, so now let's save it. Now copy this, copy this. This is a tag selector. Come here. Now paste it here as a tag. Now save it and let's see. Bam, we have my app header here, which is defined in this app header component, right? Okay, you can also make it as a class selector by putting a period here. Let's save it and see. Now it is gone. Now to do this, right, let's say span class, you put app header inside, then you save it. Bam. Okay, the same thing, you can also make it as a property or an attribute selector, a property selector, by saving this. Then here, okay, you say span, then you close it. Bam. So what it does is that whenever it finds this as a property selector, then Angular is going to associate this view or this template within this span tag, right? It can be span, it can be anything, it can be a div. Let's save it. Now we have it here. Okay, so now this style is where you define your CSS to style your view or your template, right? So now let's put a style here. Now let's give it a color. let's give it a red color, right? Let's save it. Okay, so now we have a red color here, right? Let's say my app header component. Let's save it. Okay, so now we have my app header component. Okay, so now here to write a multi-line styles here, you can do this, right? You can do this and then write, let's say text, right? Now to do this, you put a back tick here. You surround this with a back tick. The same thing applies here. As a span, you need to surround this with a back tick so that you can write a multi-line template here, right? Let's save it. Bam. Okay, now here, if you have so many views, if you have a complex views, then it is this inline template is not recommended. So now let's delete this. Now let me cut this, right? Then create a new file. Say header.component.html. Then paste it here. Then here, now instead of template, you say template URL. Then you link it here. You say header.component.html. You save it. Bam. Now it is here, right? The same thing here. If you have a lot of CSS here, create a file. Say header.component.css. Paste it here, save it, then here, link it here, right? I say header.component.css. Now here, instead of styles, you say style URLs, then you save it. Now we have it here, right? Now let me show you how you can bind data from your component to your view here. Now let me cut this, right? Let me write a text. Say this. Let me copy this. Let me save it. Then here we call this interpolation, right? You put your text here, you save it. Now we have it here. So let's say this is Felix speaking, right? Let's save it. Bam. So we have this is Felix speaking, right? Now Angular is going to create a connection between this variable and this here, right? Okay, so now you are able to create components and then bind data from your component to your view. I want you guys to create another component and then add it here, right? Now in my next video I will talk about forms, that is using the binding approach or using the template approach or the reactive form approach. If you like this video, please comment it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and then like it. See you in the next video. Goodbye.